Swimming can get a bit boring, even if you're doing everything right, like having a session plan, swimming with a squad and setting yourself goals. Heading to the pool and doing a session that you've done a dozen times can be a little uninspiring. So today, we've got some sessions for swimmers who are feeling a bit bored. Before we start, don't forget to hit the bell icon to subscribe to GTN so you don't miss any of our videos. Our first session idea is relays. Now this obviously requires a swim group or at least a partner and is a great way to keep a session interesting and challenging. It's essentially a speed session working on your higher zones and really pushing the pace. Split into two groups and head to either end of the lane. If there are only two of you, then stay on the same side of course. You can either change over with a dive if your pool allows, or just pushing off the wall, and then the idea is a maximal effort. Your recovery is the length of time it takes the rest of the group to do their legs of the relay. It sounds easy, but by the second or third maximal effort, you'll really be feeling it. You can keep going for as long as you wish until you've had enough of a workout. Always end with a decent warm down after a session like this, and of course, you need a good warm up before you start swimming at maximal effort. Another session to keep things interesting if you have a swim group or partner is to swim in a chain. Each swimmer takes a turn on the front and then moves out or stops at the end of the lane before slotting on again at the back of the group. Each swimmer can either swim a set distance or they can choose when they drop off from the front. This means that slower swimmers can swim with faster swimmers and just take a shorter turn on the front and drop for longer. You can also have the lead swimmer mix up the pace, doing something of fartlek where they can change the pace and the rest of the swimmers have to respond. This is a great session, particularly for triathletes, as they need to practice that drafting and get used to that drafting distance that they can sustain behind someone. But it is good for all swimmers and it's fun too. If you're swimming solo, it's a little bit more tricky to keep things interesting. Always make sure you do have a session plan when you go to your swim. And if you're doing an easier session, you can try things like music when there's not too much thinking involved. But if you do need a harder session without the boredom, you can try a descending set. In this, you decrease the number of reps and increase the effort as you descend. You could do a total of 10 100 meters on, say, 145. Doing 4 100 meters and then 3 100 meters 5 seconds faster, and then 2 100 meters another 5 seconds faster, and then 1 100 meters flat out, for example. If you're feeling like a real challenge, you could also decrease the leaving time as you go, starting at that 145 and ending on something like 125. The real benefit of these sessions is that as you get tired and your form starts to falter, you have to hold it for a shorter period of time. And the reps become more manageable as you get more tired. You could be really bold and do the full pyramid, that is, building up to a maximum number of reps before descending back down. Another bonus idea to keep your session fun and interesting is to keep even yourself guessing by playing toy roulette. In this, you choose a session such as 10 by 300 or 10 by 200, and then at the end of each rep, you spin your bottle to decide which toys you're going to use. Fins, snorkel, paddles, pull buoy, or even the dreaded band. You can do this as a whole group too, where everyone must use the same toys, or even everyone must use the toy that they land on at the end of each rep. Heading to the pool and doing the same sets and sessions week in and week out can definitely get stale and boring, but getting creative with your sessions can keep your enjoyment and your motivation high. Let us know in the comment section down below your ideas for a boredom beater swim session. We'd love to hear them so that we can beat our own boredom. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.